12th of January, Rabbi Moore, Parsha, Hashavua, Shemos.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Afternoon, Mayor. Sorry I was late.
It's okay. I was figuring something out here.
Hey.
Hi, Rabbi. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, how are you?
Baruch Hashem.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get the.
You have to prosecute tests. Okay.
Okay.
Were you here yesterday? No, cool. Anyway, Mayor, please prosecute test, please.
Hold on, my print. Okay. I might have some background noise. We'll see.
Sorry?
Okay, so you'd Tet.
Yeah.
Now maybe I wasn't here yesterday.
No, you weren't.
Forgot what I was doing. What's going on? Okay, anyway, you'd Tet. That's Chumash. Okay, it says Vatomarna miyaldot el paro kilo kinashim hamitriot ha'ivriot ki chayot heina b'terem tavo aleichem hamiyaledet v'yaladu. Okay, so it says.
So the midwives said to Paro, let's translate the pasuk.
The midwife said to Paro, okay, that the woman, well, I guess Ha'ivriyot.
Hebrew women are not like
the
Egyptian women are the Hebrew women.
Because
okay.
Oh, they are midwives?
Yeah, well, they are like midwives. They are experts in childbearing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here, B'terem, before they come, they
Terem Tova Alen Hamyaledes V'Yolod.
They give birth and they give
Here,
birth.
Rashi is going to point out the word B'terem here does not mean before. She doesn't see it mentioned over here. Terem means not yet.
Oh, not yet.
The midwife has not yet come to them, V'Yolod, and they've already given birth.
Oh, and they've already given birth. Okay. So Rashi. Ki chayot heina. Okay, so they are the kiot ki miyaladot. They are experts at being midwives.
Yeah, B'kios kamiyaldos.
The kiot is detail, I thought.
Right, so just let me search translation.
The kiut, isn't that how you learn a concept? No, the kiut, isn't that a learning concept?
It is.
You learn in
Bikios means
detail.
expert,
Expert.
versed,
Okay.
knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, one second, please.
Ah. Ah.
They're skilled at childbearing.
Okay, I apologize. Everything's happening at once around here. Okay, so Rashi. So we said Bikiut. You were explaining Bikiut.
Bikios
Oh,
Kamialdos.
Bikiut.
They are experts like midwives.
Okay.
Because they don't really need a midwife themselves to give birth, to deliver the baby.
Okay.
That's what he said. Terem tova aleim hamiyaledes. In other words, even the midwife has not yet even come to her, and they have given birth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Targum miyaldot ayata.
Okay. In other words, Rashi is showing, proving that the translation of the word and the meaning of the word choyos means midwives. Haraya, that the Targum translates mialdos as chayosa.
Ayata. Okay. Rabotenu darshu. Hare hain mishulot lechayot hasadeh. Okay.
They are compared to the field.
Oh, wow. She'enan tzrichot miyaldot. Oh, that don't need assistance, I guess, in giving birth. Okay. The heichan mishulot lechayot.
And where they compared to chayot.
Okay. Look at this. Gor Aryeh.
That's Yehuda. It was compared. It's called Gur Aryeh Yehuda.
Okay. And Ze'ev Trof.
Yeah, that's Binyamin. Binyamin Ze'ev Yitrof.
Wow.
I think we actually, in last week's Parsha, Parshas Vayechi, the Shabbos table, we worked out there were 11 animals which are mentioned in the brachas there, to which the tribes are compared.
Wow. Okay. And then Bechor Shoro. So what the Bechor is an ox?
Firstborn.
Firstborn is an ox. Okay.
Yeah, that's referring to actually Yosef.
Oh.
Shor, right? The Yosef is called the Shor, compared to an ox.
Uh-huh.
And then the next one
Okay.
is compared to a, how do you say it?
I have a running gazelle.
Right.
Not sure what a gazelle is, but unless it's a deer.
Gazelle is from the deer family.
Oh, deer. Okay. Okay. Umishelo nichtabo.
And whichever tribe it's not written about him that he's compared to a particular animal, Hariakosov Kololon. The pasuk includes includes them all in the brachas, that they all were blessed with the brachas. Right? Because it
Oh,
says Vayavorech Oisom. That at the end, it says Yaakov Avinu blessed all of them with all the brachas. Just each particular tribe got his own special bracha, but all of them were blessed with all the brachas.
okay. Ve'od ketiv ma imech, no, ma imcha leviyah. It was written. What is your mother? A lion? A lioness, I guess.
Right.
Female lion. Okay.
Yeah, so there that pasuk is telling you in pasuk Yechezkel, where it's referring to the whole of Klal Yisrael in general. Your mother is like a lioness. Just another example where the whole of Jewish people are compared to an animal, to wild animals.
Uh-huh.
Basically, animals do not need assistance in giving birth. They just like wild animals give birth by themselves. So the Jewish women could also give birth by themselves.
By themselves. Wow.
Probably, I know we have one of our children, one of our daughters actually was born before the ambulance arrived.
Wow.
So I called her Chaya. Hashem is gossip.
Very interesting.
Anyway. Okay, next to the next Rashi, Pasuk Chof. It's a difficult Rashi here, we'll see. But anyway, let's do the Pasuk. Lou.
Vayetev Elokim Lame Yalados Vayerev Ha'am Vayirev Ha'am Vayiatmu I'm sorry, say it again, please.
Vaya'atzmu. There's three patachs, one after the other.
Vayaatmu ma'od.
Vaya'atzmu. Very good.
Okay. And Hashem did good to the midwives. And the people increased and they became very strong. Rashi says, oh, wow, long Rashi. Look at this.
Right. This is actually, if I want to really frighten you, this is a real grammatical Rashi.
Vayetev did good. This means Heitiv Lahen. He did good to them.
Now, what Rashi is pointing out over here, Heitiv, Vayetev, Heitiv, is a hifil, causative form.
So he caused good to them.
Where do we have Ayita? Doesn't have later, but Rashi is going to compare it to that.
Or he caused them to be
now,
good.
Rashi is going to say as follows. I'll just give you a little bit of a introduction over here to this Rashi. Okay?
Okay.
Letter roots. That's basically 3-letter roots, and then the different conjugations, according to each conjugation, the word will take on a different form. Okay, so normally let's say hey tiv is the root is yud tes base, and hey tiv is the causative form of that word. Okay, now so Rashi is saying so. Now Rashi, in particular, in the Tkufa of Rashi, thereabouts, whatever, there was a big how should we say discussion, difference of opinion among grammarians. It can be said that the verbs just have two letter roots, and the third letter is like an auxiliary letter, depending on what kind of form it is. So this is what Rashi's, just to have an idea what Rashi's talking about. Okay, so this is what Rashi says now. Okay, this is the how should you say chiluk? This is the distinction in a word. She is that its root has two letters. Benosan lo vav yud barosha, and you put a vav and a yud. You prefix the word, the root, which has two letters, with a vav yud. Okay, so Rashi's going to say that sometimes, the instance over here, it says vayetev, okay, which has a seire underneath the yud, and right, that's basically vayetev.
So the vav is
Rashi
part of the
says,
root?
who? The root is test base, according to where Rashi's learning. Okay, and the vav yud is added at the beginning as a prefix. So now the vav obviously is actually acting as a how do you call it? A vav conversive. That the yud is indicative of the future tense. Okay, and then the vav is added before that to convert the yud, the future tense verb, which has a yud at the beginning, and the vav before yud turns it into a past tense.
Oh.
Okay, so let's continue over here. I'm just listening. Right? When it comes to speak in a causative form, vayafil means and he caused to happen. Hunokut hayud, right? The yud is punctuated. The vowel under is it b'tseire, right? It's a tseire, which is sound. Shuhu komotz cotton, as she also calls it. Kagoin, and I can now pasuk here. Vayetev Elokim lamialvis means that a God caused the midwives to have good, to be good with them. And then now Rashi brings another example. Vayerev bevas Yehuda taniyo vaniyo. It's a pasuk in Eicha, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu caused to increase amongst the daughter of Yehuda, ta'aniyo, which means ta'aniyo is a form of not grieving. I guess the best word is the right word. Ta'aniyo v'aniyo means grieving and sobbing. Okay, and then you've got a similar. Rashi says a third example. V'chein vayegel es hash'eris de muvuzrado. I'm not sure who he's referring to there, but this person exiled. He caused to go into exile. Es hash'eris. I'm sorry. It's going on Nivuzradon. Nivuzradon was the I guess chief of staff. He was the head of the army of Nebuchadnezzar. So Nebuzradon, he caused the remaining people among them to be sent into exile. That's what Rashi says. Higla es Hasheris. He caused them. It's again a causative form. He caused them. He brought them. He exiled them. That's how you say it in English. But it means he caused the ones who were left over to be sent into exile. So it's again vayegel. Okay. Okay. Then another Rashi gives a fourth example. Vayefen zonov el zonov. Okay, this is a story with Shimshon, that he took a torch. How do you call it? A torch of fire, and he put the dogs. He took a whole group of dogs, and he caused them to be facing tail to tail. Hifna has novas zulis. He caused the tails of these dogs to be facing each other, and then he lit the tails, and this way he burnt all the fields of the Philistines. Okay, Kol Elu. So all these examples, we've actually given now 4 or 5 examples. Okay, 4 examples. These are a causative form, and in when it comes in the future, it's here you got an answer yeter, and you have a verb before turns it into the past tense. So when it wants to say heitiv, he caused them to have good, it's vayeter. That's what Rashi's explaining the pasuk over here. Hifne has never. Then that's the first category. Which is not a causative form, but what he actually did. Actually, in this particular case, it's not so much a simple active form, but it's actually referring to a passive form. But the passive form is not causative. Well, because generally causative form always has to be active. You're causing an action. But if it's in which is a passive form, that means description of the state, then that's never generally in a causative conjugation. So that's what Rashi is going to say now. Which means not a non-causative form. Unokut hayud b'chirik. Yud is punctuated with a chirik sound, an e sound. Kagoin, and this is vayitav be'enov. It says in Parsha Shmini that Moshe Rabbeinu initially had a complaint against Aaron that he should have eaten the korban, which he didn't eat, and he let it be burnt. This was on the day when Nadav and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, had died. And even though Aaron was told to eat kodshim on that day, despite the fact he was in Avelus and he was an Oinon, right? Nevertheless, he was told to eat kodshim. But one korban he didn't eat, and that was the soy of Rosh Chodesh. And instead of eating it, he let it be burnt. And Moshe Rabbeinu thought he did wrong by that. He should have eaten it. So Aaron explained why he did that. And the pasuk says, "Vayishma Moshe." Moshe heard what Aaron said. Vayitav be'enov, and it was good in his eyes. Okay, so this is the case of it. Vayitav doesn't say vayetev be'enov. Vayitav. So even this is exactly the same letters as the word in our pasuk, but it's punctuated. Utav. It was good. That's a passive form. It's not causative form, it's a passive form. That's it. Vayita be'enov loshon hutav. And then the Chain, similarly, another form, Vayirev Ha'om. Whereas it says, yes, in the end of this pasuk, Vayetiv Elokim La'amiyadus, Vayirev Ha'om Vayatzmu Moed, means the people multiplied. So actually, it doesn't actually mean it can actually mean a direct form, but that means the people multiplied, not a causative form, but this is a direct form. People multiplied. Nisrabe ha'om. Okay, Rashi explains it again as a passive form. The people multiplied doesn't mean actually they did something to somebody as a what do you call it? Even an intransitive verb. It means that this was described the state of the people. The people in a state of having multiplied. Nisrabe'om, the people multiplied. Then you got a third example, Rashi says, Vayigel Yehuda, right? Yehuda was exiled. Right? Again, a passive form, hugla. Okay, and then it says Vayifen kol v'choy, means he turned one way or another. Not he caused to turn, but he turned himself. If not, Loshen, Pono lekan ulekan. He turned one way or the other. Okay, so that's basically what Rashi is saying. The point over here, where it has a tseirei under the yud and a segol under the root letter, that means he caused to happen. Okay? That's right here. Vayetev Elokim la'mialdos. Kosh Baruch Hu caused good to be done to the, or to cause there should be good to the mialdos. That's Vayetev. But if it says Vayitav Elokim, right? It wouldn't say, Kosh Baruch Hu wouldn't say that he caused it to be good. It would mean it was good for him. Like I have a case of Vayitav Be'enov. It was good in his eyes. So Vayitav is a passive form, and Vayetev is a causative. Okay? That's basically what Rashi is saying over here.
Wow.
Now, I'll just do the last thing. Ba'al teshiveni. Now, don't ask me a question, because basically Rashi said as follows. If it has a tseirei, then it's a causative, active, I should call it transitive verb. Okay? If it has a yud, it has a chirik, right? As in Vayirev, it's a passive, intransitive verb. Okay? Oh, actually, so it could also be transitive. Leave the transitive out. But if it's Vayirev, it's a passive verb, not a causative. So now Rashi says, "Va'al teshiveni." Don't ask me. Don't respond to me and tell me there's a kash on what I just said, because you've got the following forms: Vayelech, Vayeshev, Vayered, Vayetze, and those all are active, direct, active verbs, not causative. Right? So you see, Vayelech, it says, which is similar to Vayetev. And Vayeshev, Vayered, Vayetze, and all those verbs are direct, not causative verbs. They're direct verbs. He went, he sat, Vayered, he went down, Vayetze, he went out. So Rashi says, you can't ask me a kasha from them, because those are different. Because they're not of the similar root, they're not of the same category of root as the verbs we've been discussing till now. Shaharia Yud, in the case of, let's say, Vayelech, Vayeshe, Vayered, Vayetze, Hayud, there the Yud, Yesoid Bohem. That's one of the root letters. Yered, Yetze, Yeshev, Yelech. Yud, Ois, Shlishis Boy. The Yud is the third root letter there. So therefore, that's why it's a different category. Okay? There's a lot more to be said on this Rashi, but it's very little bit involved grammatically. So therefore, we're not going to elaborate on that. But suffice it to say, I'll just try to explain in the simple, according to the words of Rashi, what Rashi's on about. Basically, Rashi says this the term over here, vayetev, means it's a causative form. Kodesh Baruch Hu caused good to happen to the midwives. As it would say, vayitav, it means it was good for the midwives. Well, you wouldn't say vayitav elikim. It says vayitav be'enov, or it would say vayitav liam liamdos. It would mean it was good for the midwives. Okay.
Very good. Yeshaya. Boy.
I wish.
It's my pleasure to explain that long Rashi to you.
Sorry?
It was my pleasure to explain that long Rashi to you.
I'm sorry. We'll make up for you, Lou. Next time I'll give you a. Should we? If you want, I can tomorrow morning. I can have you repeat it for me.
Okay. When we get together tomorrow morning, I will.
Okay. Fine. I wish you everybody a good Shabbos. Be well.
Okay, have a good job.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Shalom.